We've got a couple sweeps into the second round, so it's time to
Wake up, NBA!
Welcome to Wake Up NBA, presented by State Farm. My name is Dan, that is Susanna, and with respect to some really close series.
Yes.
Atlanta, Boston, Indiana, Toronto, a couple out west still close.
Yep.
We've got a couple sweeps.
Some sweeps, yes.
Cleveland's on to the second round.
R.I.P. Detroit. R.I.P. Memphis.
You're fine. You don't get to say Contavious anymore.
Dang it.
I know. I apologize.
Darn it.
And obviously the big story is Steph's injury.
Yes.
And what that will mean going forward for Golden State. But I'd like to shift because we've seen excellence already.
We have.
In the San Antonio Spurs.
Indeed we have, Dan.
Kawhi Leonard has been Mr. Everything.
Unbelievable.
They sweep just over 50, 60, 90.
He's
like ridiculous.
He's shooting over 60% from behind the arc, over 50% overall.
From the field,
He has played one time in the fourth quarter.
That's not bad. Barely averaging over 30 minutes. They dispatched Memphis, and they probably should have with Memphis's injuries.
Solid effort, Memphis.
Yeah, and honestly, like San Antonio surviving Game 3, because you knew Memphis would put it all together for 4 quarters at least once. Surviving Game 3 was really nice. So now San Antonio has time off. They won't be playing until Saturday at the very earliest. So they have some time off. It looks like Oklahoma City up 3-1 at the moment.
That's going to be a big physical series too. So this is much needed rest.
It's needed
for
rest for a more athletic Oklahoma City team if that's who they face. Also not shooting great Oklahoma City from the field and 3-point lines. But San Antonio now has some time off. Old man bodies get to rest.
They're like, thank God.
Yes, and even if they end up with Golden State later on, even if Steph comes back at 85%, rest is huge.
Absolutely.
If they get the Clippers, rest is huge with those big men.
Yep.
Whoever they end up playing, Oklahoma City with the athleticism, enormous. So today, to honor the excellence of the Spurs and their time off, we're putting them on spring break.
Spring break.
Spurring break.
I like
it. Okay, so
where you're going, Dan.
we need to assign roles.
Okay.
Because we've got
a
team deep with names we know. Greg Popovich.
Yes.
All sorts of players. It's very difficult. And it's Tim Duncan's 40th birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Timmy.
Tim Duncan, over the hill and ready to roll, buddy. You're looking good.
So let's start with Tim Duncan.
Okay.
And I'm also going to add in Andre Miller.
Who is also 40.
Also 40.
Yes.
They feel like natural chaperones.
Absolutely. They're the ones, they're like, guys, you're
drink water.
Having the cocktails. They're like,
I understand you're having a good time.
Drink the water, stay hydrated.
They're printing out directions on MapQuest. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, they are.
And that's adorable.
But you need that in the group.
I'm going to go with either, so Greg Popovich is tough. I'm going to go with maybe DJ. Doesn't say much, but keeps everybody going in the right direction. Sets the tone.
Yep.
Possibly also Carmen Electra, if we're going to make this into the MTV version of Spring Break.
Yeah,
always on stage.
She was there.
Everybody knows once Carmen Electra is on stage with all of her bikini changes, it's a good time. When Greg Popovich is in the playoffs, danger.
I like it.
Next, Tony Parker. He's a mainstay.
The bartender.
I feel good about this.
Serving it up.
He just serves it up. He's not shooting all that well, but he's making sure everybody's having a good time.
He's dishing it out.
I went
What do you have?
As an alternative, I went divorcee driving the banana boat. Just starting his life
that
over
feels
again.
Appropriate.
Making sure everybody has a good time. Maybe a scuba instructor.
Also, he's French, so
you have to have the French guy there.
Absinthe in those cocktails.
Danny Green. Not doing a ton from a visible standpoint.
But
what do you have?
Heck of a defender.
Security. Has to be.
He's not letting anybody encroach upon your posse.
He's just a solid presence to have in your group. If he's not working spring break, I feel good about that. Patty Mills. I'm going to go Patty Mills here.
This is my favorite, I think.
So I think you don't need to be super specific. I just think he's the random Australian that you figure out, oh my God, he's here.
And you always meet the random Australian when you're on
Hey guys, what are we doing tonight?
Guys, I got some Fosters. We're going to throw another shrimp on the barbie.
What are we doing here? Let's find some
babes.
Fun.
It's so much fun. We love the Aussies.
Next, older brother who knows all of the secret spots.
Obviously, Manu.
It's got to be Manu. He just knows, like, guys, don't go to PJ O'Durkin's.
No. You get a free shot with that beer.
You go to Molly O'Malley's, and you got 50 cent Jello shots.
Had a good experience at Molly O'Malley's in Cancun.
Molly O'Malley's. Speaking of shots, Kevin Martin, singular focus on the court, guy in your group, girl in your group, that just, what are we doing here? And not only does he know every shot, he knows every shot name.
Yes.
So what do we...
He's like, guys, we're doing cherry bombs.
It's 5 p.m., cherry bombs. And like, he knows shots that you don't even know existed.
The purple haze.
The purple haze. What are we doing, Lego Maniacs? What are we doing, the big sky? Big skies?
Oh, the big sky sounds dangerous.
Blueberry wobblers? What are we doing here? Yeah, so
He's important.
Just Kevin Martin, shots.
We can't forget also, I feel like spring break essential is a wet t-shirt contest. I mean, somebody's getting in that kind of trouble.
Been there.
Dan.
Yeah.
He's a winner, former winner. Boris Diaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wet
What do you
t-shirt
think about
contest.
that?
But like, he's that super confident guy who's just like, he's the crowd favorite.
Yes.
Does everything. If you want him in a wet t-shirt contest, done. If you want him taking like a beer bong, done. Boris Diaw is down for anything. He's versatile.
He's there to please.
He's there to please. I also had him down as shirtless Fat Joe.
Well,
on the MTV Spring
that
Break.
works as well.
That worked. Did we hit everybody?
I think we hit everybody.
I think that's a fun spring break. I think spurring.
I would like to
break.
be on that spring break right now. Maybe we can crash the party.
Oh, that would be fun as hell.
Yeah.
And now it is time for Roger and Seth. Last week, we kind of criticized them for being too easy.
It was, a little
They
bit
made
general.
predictions,
Sure.
and they were right. They were 8 for 8 with their predictions. So this week, they're going very specific with what they predicted would happen this past weekend. Let's see how they did.
Thanks, guys. Last week we went 8 for 8 in our predictions, but you told us they weren't good enough, that they were too easy predictions to make. So
if you don't like those predictions, we've got a more specific one for you. You ready?
let's do it.
All right. With 8 minutes and 19 seconds left in the second quarter of Game 4 between the Thunder and the Mavericks, Andre Robertson is going to foul Dirk Nowitzki.
And Nowitzki's going to fall over. He's going to crash into his teammate, Charlie Villanueva. Villanueva won't see who fell into him. He's going to think it's Steven Adams from the Thunder, who's already kind of been scrapping with the Mavericks. He's going to get upset. He's going to say something offensive about the kakapo, one of New Zealand's most beloved endangered species. Adams is going to get very upset at him.
Dirk Nowitzki, by the way, will hit both free throws. The second one is going to sort of rattle in and hit the backboard.
And after the game, Adams will be inspired to give a public service announcement about the plight of the kakapo.
So hope that prediction is specific enough for you. And if you out there, if you're seeing this, I hope you got some good odds on it and put some money on it, because it's going to happen.
We went 8 for 8 last week. You better trust us.
Never been wrong before.
All right, guys, thanks.
Woo!
And they were really close.
Very close. Very close. That shot by Dirk, I mean, it just...
The free throw, it didn't rattle.
It didn't rattle.
It was just a straight swish.
No rattle.
And so I can't give it to him.
No, and I appreciate the fact that they gave the kakapo?
The kakapo, yeah.
Some love.
Absolutely.
You know, I feel like that's an underappreciated animal.
The
so.
thing about Roger and Seth is they do their homework.
They sure do.
So they see those kinds of things way out
It's all
ahead.
about the preparation, friends.
And with that, and with preparation for kakapos. Thank you for watching Wake Up NBA, presented by State Farm. We'll see you next week.